Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one is about my current Sims family that I've been playing with, the Locke family, and I've just loved the amount of drama I've gotten with them. So I figured that maybe I should tell you about them. So the main person in the house who was the starting one is Precious Locke. She's self-absorbed, but who isn't nowadays, okay? Let her love herself, okay? And she's a love bug, so she falls in and out of love really, really quickly, which has been a very common theme in this. The amount of men that she's has flirted with is kind of insane. And she's also a party animal. She just loves she loves that scene. She went on a vacation to Batu at like the very start of my gameplay and she talked to everyone, tried to discover what side she supports. She ended up choosing the resistance because she talked to the lieutenant of the first over and she was like, I do not fuck with him. So, so she went somewhere else. She went and joined the resistance, but she had this romance with a first order soldier who, um, well, they just really liked each other even though they were on opposing sides and they were already kind of together. Um, but she was still doing like all these missions for the resistance, so their romance kind of started to fade like very quickly because she's going against everything he supports, he's going against everything she supports. And during all these missions, she had brief interactions with the head scoundrel, which is important, okay? Keep that in mind. Um, and they played games together a lot, and they just actually hung out, talked every time she was in between missions. Even when she was just on them, she would stop and talk to him. And eventually she got to like the highest rank, and then she went up to I and she's like, "Hey, I gotta leave. I just found out that I am expecting." And of course, everyone expects it to be the first order guy, but it was not. However, I'm not revealing that quite yet. And so she goes back home. She's expecting. It's just, ugh, her life's a mess. And then she gets a call from this guy called Kyle. And Kyle claims he's like, hey, I remember you, like, we've been best friends forever. She's like, who is this? I have no idea who you are. And he laughs at her and he's like, that's funny, I'm coming to stay at your place for a while. They end up getting together. They get married while the kids are still infants, and then shortly after that, he starts going off on her because she's spending time trying to take care of her children rather than time with him because she just doesn't have the time anymore. And so they end up getting a divorce because, good for her, he was kind of toxic. Now, I shall introduce you to the twins before I do the big reveal on who the dad is. So, Cyrus Locke, he's one of the twins. He's very sweet. He's a charmer. He loves life. Like he loves waking up in the morning. He just loves everything. He's friends with everyone. Anybody he talks to, he's just like, "You're amazing. I love life. I feel like life is amazing." He's unsure about his dad, who he has met once, a total of one time, like his biological father. He doesn't know how to feel about him. He knows he has his mom. He's like, well, I'm good. You haven't been around, so, you know. And then Heidi Locke, our other twin, she's a cutie. They both are. She's very independent and emotional, and she's more pessimistic on life. She's like, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to do anything. Just leave me alone. She gets really mad when she wakes up. Um, and she's not big on strangers. She doesn't like talking to people that she doesn't know. It's not her thing. She wants to be left alone, and I can't say I blame her. But she's absolutely obsessed with her father and learning about his life because she thinks he's so cool, even though he really wasn't around, but that's because he couldn't be. However, I figure this is time to reveal who their dad is. It's the scoundrel. It was him. I forget his name, but you'll see it in the video probably. Um, because I'm not editing it till after I've voiced this. But he is the head scoundrel and everything. He does all those missions, and she took them as soon as they were toddlers. She was like, "Okay, you're old enough. It's not that safe there, but I can keep you out of danger. I'll introduce you to him." And I'm not gonna lie, the twins didn't really care. I mean, Heidi was pretty like in awe of him. She's like, "Oh my gosh, he's this amazing guy who does all this cool stuff." Even though her mom's talked to her about the resistance before. That's not as cool as being a thief, okay? um, But Cyrus just wasn't into it. He's like, I don't care. I am just kind of wanting to go home and sleep in my own bed rather than the dwelling. And that's okay. But they did meet Vi, and they actually liked interacting with her, and they leveled up their like they learned how to run while they were there. I think it was actually really adorable that she was the one who got to witness that with Precious, because they're like best friends. They got along really well, and they did missions together. So I think it was very important that she got to meet them. However, that's the most of the lore I have so far from what I've played. I will give you updates if anybody is actually interested. However, that's really all I have, and I hope you enjoyed. I know it's a short video, but I posted like an hour one yesterday, so this should be good enough. Bye!